double number line is a diagram. Double number line is a diagram of equivalent ratios using two number lines. A diagram, or another word for a diagram is a visual representation. A diagram of equivalent ratios using two number lines. Okay, so it's very similar to a tape diagram, except you use two number lines. Now, we are going to be working with lawns and hours this time. So it took 7 hours to mow 4 lawns. Took 7 hours to mow 4 lawns. What is the unit rate? It took 7 hours to mow 4 lawns. What is the unit rate? It took 7 hours to mow 4 lawns. What is the unit rate? Okay, well, we know what unit rate is. That means one of the terms has to go down to 1. And how we could do this is we can draw two number lines and we connect them together at 0. So we have two number lines and we have hours and lawns. Hours and lawns, and this is 0. So we know we have to get to 7 and 4, right? We have to get to 7 and 4. 7 hours and 4 lawns. Let me write that a little smaller. So we have to get to 7 hours and 4 lawns. It should be clear from looking at the diagram that in order to find the unit rate, you will have to partition the numbers, divide the numbers by hours and the number of lawns. So what would this be? 7 hours divided by 4 lawns. So the equation would be 7 divided by 4. That would work out if I did the math. 7 divided by 4. That goes in 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. So then we have 3 left over, and I'm going to bring this down. How many times does 4 go into 30? That goes in 7 divided by 4. That goes in 4 goes into 30 7 times. Minus 7 times 4 is 28. With 2 left over. Bring that down. 4 goes into 20. How many times? 5 times. Okay, so now I know that the lawns are being mowed at 1.75 hours, or 1 3/4 of an hour per lawn. So I have 1.75 hours is equal to 1. How long would it take to mow 35 lawns at this rate? Let's go all the way down here to 35 lawns. Now we need to see how much it would, how many hours, or how many lawns could we mow in 35? Sorry, made a mistake. I said how long would it take us to to mow 35 lawns. Not how many lawns could we mow in 35 hours. How long would it take us to mow 35 lawns? So now that I know that it takes me 1.7 hours to mow one lawn, what I have to do is I have to take the hours taken for one lawn times the number of lawns. So I know it takes 1.75 hours to mow one lawn, and I times that by the number of lawns, 35. I'm going to stack it. 35 times 1.75 times 35. So, then I stack it. 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 7, 35 plus 2 is 37. 5 times 1, 5, plus 3 is 8. Erase these. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 7 is what? 21 plus 1 is 22. 3 times 1 plus 2 is 5. Okay, then I add it up. So I have 5 plus 7 is 12, carry the 1. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, carry the 1. And then I need to remember that I have two numbers behind the decimal. So I need to bring my little guy over 1, 2. So it should take me 61.25 hours to mow 35 lawns. See how I could use a double number line and a tape diagram to help me visually represent ratios and help me figure out if it's a division or a multiplication problem. So that is equal to 61.25 lawns. And